Look at the baby goats, Fluffy. When all three dogs would be in the van with me, we would go troll the cows. There was a field on the way home from the beach that had 50, 75 cows in it. But this house is just 2 doors down from us. They got baby goats. I miss Ellie howling. Ellie would be howling at them for sure. We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go! Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go! Alright, Panther fans, so we got the Islanders tonight. From what I'm hearing, we got Stoley the goalie. Stolars is in. I have no problem with that. In fact, let him play all of the games except for the back-to-back. Give Bubba a rest. Don't forget, last year, lost in the whole part with Alex Lyon getting hot because Bob was sick, and then Lyon started the first few playoff games. The possibility remains, or it exists, that maybe Bob got so ridiculously hot in the playoffs because he had basically 2 weeks or more off preceding the playoffs, and he was a lot fresher at that point. He certainly has not been his Vezina self here the last week and a half. It hasn't been terrible, but rest would not be a bad idea, so I like the fact that Maurice has got Stolars in. Aaron Ekblad draws back in, and thank you for that, because that slots in everybody on the defensive side of the ball. It's not a ball, it's a puck, but you know what I mean. Everybody slots in the way it's supposed to be. Now, that was also my theory about why I didn't want to mess with the top 9. I just wanted Nick Cousins on the second line so that it slotted in everybody else. It hadn't been bad, but if you have to admit the chemistry has definitely changed. I know Barkov was out, but we are only going to find out if the moves, or the move to get Tarasenko, we're really only going to find out if that actually genuinely disturbed the chemistry once the playoffs start. Because for whatever reason, although I don't necessarily disagree, these guys just can't quite put it 100% together. Now, I know Kachuk has said that they felt like the game against Boston was a playoff game, and that was the kind of style they were going to play. I hope not, because they were way too loose on defense. So hopefully that extra gear that I've been claiming they have, and we have seen, hopefully they're able to pick that up. In terms of this game, the Islanders are not quite out of a playoff spot. They're in the... I looked at the standings today, and I'm just like, we've been saying the Panthers could finish in second place, and they're going to play the Leafs in third place all year long, and it could be the Lightning. It's crunch time in the Eastern Conference. So what I need out of tonight is I want to see the defense get back to being the defense that we know it can be, and I just would like to start seeing some consistency in the lines and some chemistry and get going here. There's 10 games left. You know what I mean? We need to prove to ourselves that this new configuration with Tarasenko can be as effective as we were before him. Last thing, thank you for everybody who clicked the links in my descriptions to all my videos, and you guys, a lot of you signed up for the exclusively male channel, my men's support channel, and you also, a lot of you signed up for the it's not flying fluffy fishing. It's found, tackle, fishing, and outdoors. A lot of you joined. I appreciate that. I still need about 500 more. I got to get those suckers monetized so that once hockey season is over, I have some hope of making income over there on those channels. And we just... That's just how it is. I got it. I will do YouTube 24 hours a day if it makes me a living. But if it doesn't,
There's going to be, is there a category on OnlyFans where they can watch me massage the dog and brush the dog? Is there one of pet OnlyFans, pet fans? I don't know. Give me 2 points. All right, so 1-1 after 1. Now, if you've watched the recaps I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it's been, one of the things I keep talking about is that the Panthers are just not mentally engaged the way that they should. They keep making mental mistakes. And sure enough, after we get a 1-0 lead, that's exactly what we did. Verhaeghe goes into the corner after the man with the puck. And Mikkola goes into the corner after the same guy, even though Verhaeghe kind of had him, leaving the middle of the ice wide open. Now, I don't know if it was Mikkola's fault for going there or Bennett's fault as the forward for not getting back quick enough. Generally speaking, defenseman usually means let the forward go back in there. If he's going to cover the man with the puck, the defenseman should stick around the net. And it's 1-1. So, and we had to have one of the goals called off or called back for goalie interference. I'm surprised that they took that goal off the board. It did look like he was interfered with, but it was kind of close. It was kind of close. So basically what I'm saying is we didn't see anything different in that first period than we've seen for about the last 2 or 3 weeks, which is the team is not as mentally engaged as you would like to see them, and they are going to put in the minimum amount of effort required to try to get 2 points. Now I've talked about it, does bear repeating that we keep playing these teams that are desperate for points, and we're clearly not desperate for points. At this point, though, I'm not saying I'm giving up, but I'm close to giving up on seeing this team play the way they can until the playoffs, because I just don't think they're going to press that button. Let's move on to the second period. So, it's 3-2 Islanders after 2. I'm out of things to say. All I can say is either I am correct in that this team is holding back and not playing to the best of their ability in order to preserve themselves for the playoffs, and they are going to turn it on game 1, or we're going to get asses handed to us in the first round of the playoffs. Because once again, the way we are playing now is just, it's not quite dog shit, but it's kind of, the effort level is dog shit. The mental engagement is dog shit. Now, most likely, I would say there's a 95% chance that our analysis that they're just playing out the string of games without any real emotion. I think and I feel like that should be accurate. That said, I wouldn't mind watching them play one good period of hockey. You could play a good 10 minutes and maybe win this game, Panthers. It's getting a little bit old. It's getting a little bit queasy. It's either that or it's all the push-ups I had to do after all those goals. I don't like this. Can we please just win a friggin' game? Well, at least he put Nick Cousins back on the second line where he belongs. He almost got a goal, too. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Now, can I just skip this one? Can I just click off and skip this one? Put a bunch of ads for you guys to watch. I don't want to panic. I gotta bend my knee here. Oh, okay. Gotta rest my knee. Tore up my knee with the dogs, both of them this week. I don't want to panic. Okay? On this hand, I don't want to panic. On this hand, those of you who are panicking, I don't have any real good answers for you. No answers, no excuses. I mean, I've been saying they're not playing to the best of their ability. But I think everybody sees that now. That is not exactly an original thought. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because what are the odds? What are the odds? Let's lay out our options here. Either the trade for Tarasenko and the subsequent lineup moves and everything utterly destroyed the entire fabric and chemistry of this team, or that just happened to coincide with the team kind of turning down the effort level by about 50% compared to where they had been playing. And once game one of the playoffs starts, we're going to see the other Panther team that was dominating the league for however many weeks it was, and everything's going to be fine. And somebody mentioned something on the stream that is accurate. The most frustrating part about these games that is going on now is it's just not fun to watch. It's like how did he put it? It is destroying the momentum that we would have going into the playoffs. We are not playing with wanting to have momentum going into the playoffs in mind. They're just kind of coasting around out there, definitely making sure that nobody gets hurt. And every once in a while, they put in enough effort and win a game. Now, I know there are going to be people talking about the refs. Now, had we gone out there and busted our ass and played a spick and span clean game, and the refs did that, I would be very, very aggravated. The first goal that was called a no goal, I thought could have kind of stayed a goal. The second goal after Bennett gets tripped in front, that was definitely goalie interference, and they didn't call it even after looking at it. So right there, it's whatever, it's a wash, okay? First period came and went, and Panthers had gotten tripped at least 3 times, no calls. There was a couple things that the Panthers got away with in the first period, no calls. And then all of a sudden we come back in the second period and they're just calling everything against the Panthers. And we had the one stinking power play. And then, of course, Reinhardt at the end, unfortunate, double minor. And you kind of knew at that point that barring some kind of miracle, we were going to lose. And there was some other, there was the delayed penalty that they called possession, which ain't no way in hell it was possession. And then with 5 seconds left, with 5 seconds left, the refs blew the whistle when puck was not covered up, and you know the rest of the story. Did those things contribute? Sure, no doubt. Just that quick whistle with Kachuk right there in front of the net, you never know what could have happened. But we should not be in a position to where some weak-ass calls from the refs put the game in jeopardy. Not against the Islanders at home. And now that is the one thing I talked about also on this stream, is that the real only difference between any of these games right now is whether we get first place or second place. And I know in the first round, even if we get second place, we're going to have home ice, so we will start at home. But I almost want second place over first place because we're so much better on the road. I kind of like the idea, if we got to the third round, if we got to the finals, that we would start out on the road. Because when's the last game we beat? The Calgary was the last time we won at home. They're not playing well at home. And it's just very, very coastish, lackadaisical play. And they're either going to fix it or they're not. But I don't think they're going to fix it before the playoffs. I think that in front of the cameras, Maurice might have blown some smoke about how we need to fix our game. And Kachuk and a few of these other guys give their comments that yeah, well, we got this better, this better, blah, blah, blah. But they're just yanking our chain at this point so that people still watch the games and go to the games. But what they really would be saying, if they were honest, is like, look, last year we should have won the cup, but we were busting our ass for the end of the season and we ran out of gas and our bodies ran out of parts. And so we're kind of in coast mode right now because we really don't give a shit and we want to stay healthy for the playoffs. Now, whether or not I like that, you like that, excuses, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's what they're doing. Can they turn it on in just one game? The first puck drop of game one in the playoffs? We're going to find out. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's a good idea, but they are clearly not going to work like a well-oiled machine, like they were before the trade deadline. They're not. It's not happening. It's not happening. So I would still play Stolars again on Saturday. Just let Bubba rest. He probably won't do it because we lost today. The other thing is with the lines. I was happy when we got Tarasenko, but you also know I felt like we didn't need Tarasenko. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind. I like what Maurice did. I think for whatever reason, Cousins belongs on that second line with Bennett, Kachuk, Barkov, Reinhart, Tarasenko, Lundell, Luosterainen, and Reinhart. I got Reinhart in there twice, but Reinhart with Lundell and Luosterainen, Tarasenko with Barkov and Verhaeghe, and fourth line of Stenlin, Lomberg, and Gadjevich. And anybody not named those guys, they're on the bench. They're on the bench. That's at this point. That's what I would do. I'm not saying that would be permanent. But you need any opportunity to put one of the hardest working guys on the team on the ice. You need to have that right now. So I want Cousins and Lomberg and Gadjevich all on the ice in the 12 in the same game. And if it means you got to sit Rodriguez. If it means Lorentz goes back to the bench, I'm fine with that. They need some juice. So I'm not going to panic. I know some of you we're still streaming. I know some of you are going to panic. That's okay. I'm not going to panic because it's only been a week since the dog died. And I don't have it in my heart to panic over the hockey team right now. That's the truth of it. That's just not going to come from me right now. So, all right. I will be live tomorrow at noon. I can't talk tonight. It will be me tonight or tomorrow at jeez. Oh my God, I can't talk. I will be live at noon tomorrow. It will be me, not Kyle. No points.